Hey guys, what's up? Back again with another video from my beautiful cell culture room. So as you know, I'm sitting here waiting for things to incubate. So I got to thinking, why do I come into the lab? So wait, hold on. So I actually come into the lab, or come into this lab at the NIH in Bethesda. I come in here at night and on the weekends, not exactly to avoid people, but to avoid people. If you catch my drift. And I was thinking about the reason why I was doing that, and it's because for some reason I feel like they are trying to not steal my identity, and it's not everybody in the lab. It's like one person who works adjacent to our lab. So it's not the person who's ahead of the lab that I work in, but it's the person adjacent to it who has, well, I guess let me start here. So when I first started working in the lab, I came in, I was just working, doing my thing. I would come in when I need to, that sort of thing. And I wore, just casual wear, what I usually wore to the lab: t-shirts, sometimes shorts, sweats when it was cold out, that sort of thing, the usual. So one day I was doing some imaging work on the microscope, and me and my advisor were talking, and he was like, "Hey, don't want you to get mad about this, but I'm not going to say her name, but the PI next door has some issues with you." And I'm just like, "Man, I barely talk. What did I do now?" So basically she told him that she didn't like seeing my ass. And I'm like, my ass? I don't sag. Like, that's one thing I will not do, is sag. I don't sag my pants. I don't do any of that. So why are you looking at my butt? Which was kind of weird. I didn't say that, but I was thinking in my head, like, why are you looking at my ass? Like, what? So she was saying that she didn't like the way I dressed in the lab, and she didn't like the confidence that I walked around. Like, I walked around with my head held high, and I guess chest poked out, but I can't help my chest poking out. So she didn't like that, the way I walked around the lab. And I'm like, what am I to do? Like, and it's funny because her lab is like a hallway to get to the cell culture room that I work in constantly. So I was just like, am I supposed to avoid her? So like my advisor was like, well, I mean, just try to wear nicer clothes, and avoid her if you can, like go around her, like, and I think it's really wild that I have to change the way that I do things to appease. I mean, if you can guess it, yes, she's white, a white scientist in an adjacent lab. So that's what makes this whole situation wild. I was like, I don't even work in your lab, but you have a problem with me. So I was like, I'm sorry that I feel confident in the things that I'm doing. That's just how it is. I'm confident. Like, if I'm not confident, then everything will go to shit. Point blank, period. So, and what also makes this really, really crazy is like all the other white counterparts in my lab. They wear shorts, t-shirts. Some come in tanks, flip-flops, chilling, having a good time. Hasn't said anything to them. So, just said something to this black guy here. It was real messed up. So I just always I go back and I think how why do some, not all, like PIs, professors, especially researchers, try to mold you or make you conform into what they think that you should be, instead of letting you be. I was like, I understand, like, molding you scientifically, technique wise, but personality wise, man, I'm me. Like, as long as I do good work, what does it matter? But I mean, I see so many different personalities for white people. Black people don't get that luxury. How about that? So it's really wild. I always wonder why does this happen? If you know, comment below. Let me know. Why do you think these things happen? Why do you think that a PI feels the need that to get their black students to conform to a certain to stick in this certain box? You know what I mean? And this isn't the only time this sort of thing happened. When I was down at Georgia State University, my PI there tried to ask me why was I working so hard, and I'm like, well, am I not supposed to? Like, am I not supposed? And like, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, well, I'm black and I have to work 10 times harder than somebody that looks like you. But he wouldn't have understood that. So I come into the NIH at night on the weekends when nobody's here, everybody's going home, so I can be me. I can listen to my music, I can wear what I want, well, not completely what I want, you know, still in the safety regulation kind of thing. Come on, guys. But and I know what you're thinking, or some of you might be thinking, it's like, no, it's not constructive criticism either. That's not what it is. It's downright just, hey, I don't like the way you look, so let's change you. So if you have any comments, questions about the situation, let's get a dialogue started, and I'll hit you guys back up with another video hopefully next week. You know, I'm in here a lot, so I might think of something. Alright guys, peace.